Peace, peace. This is Ali, representing SAliMyers.com. In this video, I want to give you some tips and ways to break poverty consciousness. On our radio show, Mind Right Radio, this past Sunday, we broke down the poverty consciousness, gave the fam a lot of different tips and tools and things that you can do. So I want to make this video to give you a quick summary of what we discussed this past Sunday. If you want to listen to that show, I'll provide a link in the show description, this video description. Before I do begin, I want to give a shout out, a special big shout out to the Thomases, Martine and Scott Thomas, for gifting me with this beautiful Chicago Bears throwback jersey. I truly appreciate you, and this is something that I'm honored to receive from you guys. So what can you do to break poverty consciousness? A lot of people have this gene of poverty consciousness. If you do not know what that is, poverty consciousness is just you being aware too much that you are in poverty or you're lacking something. It doesn't only equal money. Poverty consciousness can equate to relationships, and it can equate to spirituality, your life. But most people, when they think of poverty consciousness, usually has to do with money. So I want to give you some ways and tips on things you can do. First off, I recommend that you change the language surrounding money. It's natural for people to say, I can afford this, or I'm gonna wait till I get paid, or we would do this if we had enough to X, Y, Z, enough money to do it. So we have all these different things that we say naturally that denotes that we're lacking something. One of the things me and my wiz son Sarah, what we did was we started to change the language around money. I remember the conversation vividly when we had it. And I told her, I said, we need to stop saying we can't afford this and we don't have the money to do this. And what we did was we just started flipping the script and changing the vernacular, changing the vocabulary of things concerning money. So we started saying things like, you know what, that's not a priority right now. Or we choose not to get this right now. I mean, obviously, we probably couldn't afford what we wanted, but it was a way of changing the vocab, because we're talking about different ingredients to break poverty consciousness. It's usually not going to be one thing that pushes you over the edge. It's going to be a culmination of small things that you do continuously that changes your reality. So starting to change the verbiage that you use talking about money would definitely help you break the poverty consciousness. Another thing that I suggest that you do is start to spend a little bit more on things. So for instance, if you're used to going to say Applebee's or something, restaurant, and you get one meal and it's always $10.99, next time you go, get something that's $12.99 or $13.99. If you're used to getting a particular style of clothing, then spend a little bit more money. It's not about what you're getting. Too many times we attach the thing to what it is. What you're doing is showing the universe that you're willing to spend more and you value what you're getting more. Because when you spend money, that's an exchange of value. So when you start to circulate or invest more money, you're putting more value on something. And this is something you may not want to do for the rest of your life, but while you're consciously breaking your poverty consciousness, you want to start to do small things. So one of the things that you can do is spend a little bit more money on things that you're already getting. So that's 2 tips. Another tip that I recommend is that instead of people are working with the altar. If you don't have a deity that represents wealth in your altar, you're probably doing yourself a disservice. So these are the deities that deal with wealth and abundance. Look at Lakshmi, look at Oshun, Fortuna, Ganesha, Venus. You know, these are all different deities that deal with wealth, abundance, removing obstacles, getting more prosperity in your life. So put one of those deities or all the deities on your altar and start to honor them, giving them offering, daily prayers. Pardon me. That'll help you break the poverty consciousness. A few things I suggested on the program too, things that you can get. On our website, thirdeyeactivation.com, we have what's called an Easy Prosperity Ritual. If you click on Store and Rituals, you'll find it there. It's a simple visualization using various things in order to increase an effect. I have testimonials on the website, people that did the ritual, everything from new jobs to getting more money to refinancing on the mortgage, XYZ, to so many different things dealing with the prosperity ritual. That's something else that'll help you chip away the poverty consciousness because you're putting light into prosperity and abundance. So that's going to automatically decrease poverty consciousness. So you might want to check that out. On tybro.com, if you click on audio downloads, there's a specific audio download called Prosperity Words of Power. Words of Power dealing with prosperity. That is like one of the earlier audio downloads I got from the website. And to be honest, that's another valuable tool that you can play either while you're sleeping, or you can listen to it while you're meditating, or you can listen to it while you're visualizing. And that's going to give you some extra energy dealing with wealth, abundance, and prosperity. Another item that I recommended was on gnosismatters.com. That's GNOSIS matters.com. Magus Richard Buller, he has what's called the Easy Wealth and Luck Talisman. I definitely suggest that you look into that, and more better yet, go ahead and purchase that. I think it's only like $30 too. But this is something else that adds the energy of prosperity and abundance in your life. Now, the products obviously are dealing with prosperity and abundance. The techniques that we talked about, the 3 ways, those will give you your spiritual remedies. I recommend you do something spiritually and you do something physically in order to break the cycle of poverty consciousness. If you do at least 1 or 2 or more things that I suggest, I promise you, with time, you'll notice that you'll feel more empowered. You'll feel like you can afford things. You'll feel like that you're worthy of having more things in your life. And that's the true chipping away of the poverty consciousness. Like I said, doesn't equal money. Just because you don't have a poverty consciousness doesn't mean you'll be wealthy. And just because you're wealthy doesn't mean you don't have a poverty consciousness. That's why I suggest you do spiritual things and physical things to break the chains of this disease that we call poverty consciousness. So this has been Ali. If you want to find out more information about myself and what we do, be sure to visit my website, salimyers.com. Until next time, peace.